Have you ever wondered how salesmen manage to sell you things you didn't even know you needed? It's a question that has puzzled many of us. How do they do it? How do they convince us to part ways with our hard-earned money? The answer lies in the art of persuasion, a skill honed by salespeople around the world. Believe it or not, psychology plays a massive role in this. Salesmen are adept at tapping into our subconscious, manipulating our decision-making process without us even realizing it. They employ a series of psychological tricks, 6 of which we'll be exploring today. These persuasive techniques are not only used by salespeople, but also by politicians, negotiators, and anyone looking to sway others to their point of view. So, prepare to have your mind blown as we unravel the mysteries of the human psyche and the power it holds over our purchasing decisions. Now let's dive into these fascinating psychological tricks, starting with the first one. Our first trick is called reciprocity. This is a psychological principle that plays on our inherent desire to return favors and treat others as they treat us. Picture this: you're out shopping, and a friendly salesman offers you a free sample or a generous discount. It's a nice gesture, right? You feel appreciated, valued. But here's where it gets interesting. This act of kindness creates an unspoken obligation, a psychological debt. It tugs at your subconscious, whispering that it's only fair to return the favor. And how do you do that? By making a purchase, of course. It's a subtle yet powerful tactic. Salespeople and marketers have been using it for ages, banking on our deep-seated need to balance the scales, to reciprocate. So, the next time a salesman offers you something for free, remember, you might be experiencing the principle of reciprocity. The second trick up a salesman's sleeve is scarcity. This is the psychological principle that taps into our primal fear of missing out. People tend to place a higher value on items that are scarce or are perceived to be scarce. Let's consider a real-life example. Imagine you're shopping for a new watch. You come across a design that catches your eye, and right next to it there's a sign that reads, "Limited edition. Only a few left in stock." Suddenly the watch seems more appealing. The scarcity, whether real or fabricated, has triggered a sense of urgency. You don't want to miss out on owning this unique piece, so you're more inclined to buy it now. This is scarcity at work. It's a powerful tool that salespeople use to create a sense of urgency and make their products seem more valuable. So when you hear limited time offer, be aware that scarcity might be at play. Our third trick involves the power of authority. In the realm of persuasion, authority holds immense sway. Imagine a salesman donning a lab coat, or perhaps brandishing a prestigious title. These symbols of authority often make us more susceptible to influence. Think about a car salesman with a mechanic's badge asserting the quality of a vehicle. We're more likely to trust and thus buy their words. Why? It's simple. We're wired to respect and follow authority. Remember, authority can be a powerful tool in persuasion. The fourth trick is about consistency. This psychological tactic leverages a person's natural desire to be consistent with their past actions or statements. For instance, a car salesman might remind a customer of their previous statement about wanting to reduce their carbon footprint. By highlighting a hybrid or electric vehicle, the salesman taps into the customer's consistency, nudging them towards a purchase that aligns with their past sentiments. Next time a salesman reminds you of your past purchases, you might be experiencing the power of consistency. Our fifth trick is all about liking. This psychological trick is simple yet quite effective. People are more likely to say yes to those they like. But how can a salesman make customers like them in such a short span? They use compliments, highlight similarities, or create a sense of familiarity. Picture this: a salesman selling sports equipment meets a customer. He notices the customer's baseball cap and compliments it. He then shares his own love for baseball, creating a connection. They discuss their favorite teams, a common ground established. This familiarity and similarity make the customer feel comfortable around the salesman, fostering a sense of liking. This likability makes it easier for the salesman to influence the customer's decisions. The customer, liking the salesman, becomes more open to suggestions and more likely to purchase the sports equipment. So, when you come across a salesman who seems just like you, remember, they might be using the power of liking. The sixth and final trick is consensus. This psychological tactic leans heavily on the herd mentality. It's human nature to feel safer and more assured when we're part of a crowd, making decisions that align with the majority. In the realm of sales, consensus is often used to sway potential buyers. Let's imagine a scenario. A salesman is pitching a new smartphone. He casually drops in the line, "This model is our best seller, everyone loves it." What he's doing here is using consensus or social proof to influence your decision. You're more likely to believe that the product is good if everyone is buying it. It's a clever way to make you feel like you're joining a satisfied crowd, reducing your resistance towards making a purchase. So when a salesman tells you everyone is buying this product, be aware that consensus might be at play. It's a powerful tool, but remember, popularity doesn't always equate to quality. Now that we've covered the main psychological tricks used by salesmen, let's summarize. We began our journey with reciprocity, that innate human tendency to want to give back when something is received. Salespeople often use this trick by offering small gifts or discounts, creating an obligation in the customer's mind to return the favor, typically by making a purchase. Next, we delved into the concept of scarcity. The more scarce an item is, the more desirable it becomes. Salespeople use this trick by creating a sense of urgency around limited time offers or products in short supply, compelling customers to act quickly so they don't miss out. Then we explored the power of authority. People tend to follow the lead of credible experts. Salespeople often use this trick by demonstrating their knowledge and expertise, gaining trust, and influencing customers to follow their recommendations. Consistency was our fourth stop. People like to be consistent with the things they have previously said or done. Salespeople leverage this by getting customers to make small commitments, which can then be built up into larger commitments like making a purchase. Our fifth psychological trick was liking. People are more likely to say yes to those they like. Salespeople use this trick by building rapport and finding common ground with customers, making them more likely to agree to a sale. Finally, we looked at consensus. People look to the actions of others to determine their own. Salespeople tap into this by showing customers that others have made the same purchase decision, giving them confidence to do the same. These 6 psychological tricks, reciprocity, scarcity, authority, consistency, liking, and consensus, are all powerful tools in a salesperson's arsenal. They tap into fundamental aspects of human behavior, subtly guiding our decisions and actions towards a desired outcome. But remember, these tricks are not inherently bad. They're simply tools that can be used for good or ill. It's up to us to be aware of them, to understand when and how they're being used, and to make informed decisions. Next time you're in a sales situation, be aware of these tricks. And remember, knowledge is power.